Just gonna do some very basic tests, just to sort of map what's going on with these grooves, so I can get a good understanding how to do the 7-dimensional qubit array. So first test, I just want to see exactly what we're getting when it comes to just the regular approach of the board. So that lock, even at ground level, is almost perfect. It's locking straight there. It's going to push up. It's really interesting. Okay, that should provide a lot of control. I want to just see that. Okay. Interesting. Alright, and then I'm going to do a little bit of the 10th dimensional kinetic sand test. As you know, I'm relating the 10th dimension to hover. I think the 10th dimension is hover itself. But something else that the 10th dimension is, because, you know, dimensions have many features, but is soil. And so I've been doing some tests. The sand tests. Sand is much more 5th dimensional than it is full 10th dimensional, but at least this will give me a good idea. Interesting. Alright. So the wax ended up taking, probably due to maybe the moisture of the wax, or just the general stickiness of the wax. I'm hesitant to do another test just because, even though it did show me, it's a little uneven right there. Hesitant to do another test because I don't want to get a bunch of that kinetic sand stuck in there. Hard right there. Ah. Was I able to liberate it? What's that? What is that? Can I take that off the board right now? No. It must have come from somewhere else. Okay. Let's clean that little up right there. So I'm very glad I did this test because I would have missed that. So I keep trying to explain how the 10th dimension is related to soil, but you know, we're all hovering because soil provides not necessarily anti-gravity, but an additional 5 dimensions. Because gravity is not the problem. We like gravity. The issue is gravity not being the defining force. And matter independent. So not matter. Yes, matter. Matter independence, you don't want to be stuck in a 5th dimensional scale. Why? I mean, not only would you be immobile, but you would be unable to do any independent mass movement. I'm going to do one with the green. I know color shouldn't matter, but hey. And then, actually, I kind of have one other test I want to do. So you want to be independent. You want to be matter independent, right? So the 5th dimension is the movement of mass, and molecules specialize in that. That's why organic chemistry is so fascinating. And so what is soil? You know, it's the essential mass, the central almost, well, I don't want to know if I want to go that far, but the central mass movement elements. Wasn't going to do it, but I had to do it. Yeah. The central mass movement elements and thinking about with nitrogen, carbon again. So soil has a bunch of nutrients suspended, molecules suspended in a way where they can be perpetually useful. Not to mention, there's nonstop chemical reactions going on in healthy soil. There's a difference a little bit between soil and dirt. I mean, not really, but and so the 10th dimension, to understand it clearly, is matter independence, or matter on matter interactions, the survivability of matter on matter interactions, and that's what we want as hover. And skateboarding is the essential general pedestrian-ishness of life. But the idea to get a skateboard to a hoverboard where you can be material independent no matter where you are. You're in Cambodia, Botswana, Lagos, Saitama, wherever you are. You have the same matter independence. I think that's pretty good. One thing that I kind of want to try a little bit of a prototype is something I call the hover blanket. We'll see if I can do a little bit of an impromptu one. At the very least, it'll give me data. So the idea of the hover blanket, the way it's supposed to work is it won't let you go backwards because it'll be attached to the board right here on the wheel. So when you go forward, it'll come out under the wheels and flip back. Let's see. Let's go ahead and cut this guy in half. Let's see if we can make a... The thing is, I think that one's a little too short. Let me make a fresh one, a little bit longer. All right. And I don't know where my glue is. Ideal. So it should be attached right there. Let's go ahead and do attachment. Okay. Now what these would do is, if they were on all four wheels, it's only on one wheel, it would stop that wheel from going back, and then when you move forward, you see how it releases automatically, and you're reversing. This would be just a very basic directional control. See, I don't know how to make it go back on the wheel. When it's in the right direction, it will stop the wheel movement. Then once you release it, how do you get it to go back under the wheel? Hoverheads, this is a challenge for you if anyone has any ideas. One thing I can think of, obviously, is if you put something on the wheel that would drag it underneath the wheel. Also might be simply due to the length. Let's try making it a little bit